Hey there, it's Colleen. One of our subscribers asked me to do a video about anticipatory grief, which means you know that someone or something that you love is not going to be with you much longer. It could be because of death, disease, could be a job that you know layoffs are coming and you're afraid of losing your job, losing something in your life. And so as humans, of course, we anticipate how awful the grief is going to feel, because grief is a multi-layered, very painful emotion, right? And it goes for all these stages and everything. A lot of times we're more afraid of the horrible pain that grief brings than we are about losing our loved one, because our loved ones, especially if they're suffering near the end of their lives, whether it be humans or animal friends, we're glad that they're out of suffering. We're glad that they're in a far better place, because believe me, all the spirits I've talked to from the other side, including animals as well as humans, it's beautiful on the other side. There's nothing to be afraid of. They're always doing fine. They're surrounded by beautiful beings and guides who take them through the whole process. I think they're much better off than we are. There, I said it. So I would suggest, instead of anticipating the grief and going with that and how am I going to feel, oh my God, what am I going to do when they're gone? First of all, before we do any clearings, why don't you sit down and write down, put it in your phone or your computer, whatever, a plan of what you're going to do, how you're going to stay busy, how you're going to deal with the grief. Are you going to watch podcasts? Are you going to read books, go into classes, join groups that deal with grief? What are you going to do? Oftentimes, if we have a plan, it's easier for us to deal with it because we know that it's going to hurt, it's going to be awful, we're going to feel alone, we're going to feel that loss, but we're going to be able to know what goes next. See, you won't have the fear of the unknown. What am I going to do without them? You'll have a plan. Secondly, I would suggest kindly, if you feel this resonates, clear the anticipatory grief like you've seen me do, clearing other emotions, clearing the governing vessel meridian, something like this. I release this need to grieve before my loved one goes. It's okay to grieve at their loss of health, their loss of well-being. It's okay to feel that sense of loss already, but I choose to let it go. Maybe you don't want your loved one to see how bad you're suffering already and make them feel worse. I let go of my fear the bad times are never going to end. I let go of my fear of this grief and how awful it's going to feel. You got this. Peace out.